Hey guys, it's Scott again. Another quick how-to video. Real quick, I'm going to show you how to do an oil change. You know, a lot of people really don't do them anymore because it's almost the same price as just going and have it done, with the oil being 5 quarts a gallon now. But it's still good to know. I happen to get a good deal on this. I get free oil changes on a couple of my other vehicles, but not this old truck. This is a Ford Ranger, but the concept is the same. All you got to do is find the oil drain plug, or bolt, which happens to be right here on my vehicle. So I just took a wrench. It's going to be a little tight. I'm doing this one hand just to loosen it up. Sorry, my finger's probably in the way. And then I also have a oil drain pan. And I'll just simply, this is the first thing you're going to do, is unscrew the, it's going to make a mess. It's going to unscrew this drain plug. Make sure you're doing the oil, not the transmission. I'm doing it slow because I know this stuff's going to come pouring out on me into this pan. It's a long bolt. There you go. This thing hasn't been changed in probably 10 or 15,000 miles, which is ridiculous. You should do it every 5, they say. So now we're just simply going to let that drain, and then we're going to go up top and loosen up the oil filter. Sometimes you can reach them from the bottom. We'll see on this one. Okay, so I'm up top now, and if you look right down here, there is, I don't even know if you can see it, it's a black oil filter right here. And that's the one we got to take off. Now there's a couple ways of doing this. You have an oil filter wrench like this that wraps around the filter. I'll show you an example with the new filter, and it tightens on here, this wrench, and then you can turn it off. See? Or you have a form-fitted type where you can actually put an oil filter right in it, just like that. Okay? And then your wrench goes in that hole, and you can turn it off that way. I'm going to try this. This is a lot better. Now before I undo that oil filter, I came back under here to put the oil pan bolt back in here, because I need to move this drip pan over underneath the oil filter so that I don't have oil all over my driveway. And now I'm just going to tighten this bolt with a wrench snug, not too tight because you don't want to strip the threads or damage the pan. Okay, so that's tight, and if you look down there underneath, I had to move the oil pan. And now I'm going to try to use this oil filter wrench, and I'm going to just simply turn that filter to the left and get it off. If you know you lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, you can do anything in your life too when fixing things. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to use this old wrench because that filter doesn't have the ridges on it like my new one, so that one won't grip on it to turn it off. So now I'm going to have to use this kind. A little bit more of a pain, but we'll get it done. Alright, so I got it off. There's the old one. Make sure when you kind of tilt that down so that the oil pours out of it. So you can see, you might even be able to get yours off by hand. They're only supposed to be hand tight. You just need that wrench to get that first initial turn to the left, and then you can wheel it off by hand. So now we're ready to put the new one on. Okay, now what they say you should do is put your finger in here and dip a little bit of oil and just kind of rub it around the seal to get that thing nice and moist before you put it on. See how I made that a little wet looking? I don't know if you have to do that. I've just done that for years. Okay, so now I'm just down there spinning it on the screw, see, nice, and make sure you find a mark somewhere like this number, because once it touches the base of where you're screwing it onto, you're going to want to turn it about another 3/4 of a turn to have it nice and snug. Wonder if I should have did this from the bottom. Anyway, so now I'm hitting the thing, and I'm just going to find my mark, which is going to be that little filter number. Another 3/4 turn. I might even take my wrench to tighten it a little bit more. Okay, I was able to get it on there almost a full turn, so that I feel comfortable with that. Now it's just time to put the oil in. Okay, so you're going to find where the engine oil goes in, open that up. If you don't know how to put oil in your vehicle, you probably shouldn't be messing with this at all. And I'm just going to put a little funnel there and start pouring it in. Take at least 4 quarts, maybe a little more most vehicles. This is a 4-cylinder 2000 Ford Ranger, so start off with 4 and then we'll start measuring it. It's really hard to do all this with one hand. Wish I had a GoPro or something. This is just a basic video for somebody who has never done this before and really no mechanical ability. And I normally wouldn't even do this, but I got 5 quarts of oil and a filter for like $17, so I couldn't pass that deal up. You know, you take it to a place, sometimes they have specials, but it could be 35, 40 bucks, and then when you get in there, they want to sell you double price filter, air filters, and wiper blades, and all this other junk that you can easily do yourself. Now I'm putting a really thick oil in here because this is an old truck. It has like 200,000 miles on it. I'm putting 2050 in here. Most people use 1030 or 1040 when your truck's a little newer. Shoot, I've even put gear oil, 80-90 weight in an old truck before. Keep it from smoking or whatever, making so much noise. Okay, so I started out with 4 quarts. Now let's see where we're at. Pull this out. I'm doing this with one hand. I don't even know if you can tell, but it looks like there's a little hash marks here, you see? And it's supposed to be up to that point. It could use just a little bit more. Okay, the last thing you're finally going to do is turn the truck on or your car, and you're going to check for leaks. Make sure nothing's leaking around the filter, and make sure nothing's leaking around that bolt underneath, and you're good to go. I've had one of these filters one time years ago, was faulty, and it started leaking everywhere. So hopefully that won't happen to you. And I didn't even have to jack this truck up, but if you're in a car, you probably will, so just be real safe with that. So that's about all I can say. So here you go, guys. With all my talking and everything, I showed you a 7-minute oil change. Probably could have been less than that. So I hope that helps. The person that doesn't really know what they're doing, the concept is all the same on every vehicle for the most part. All right, guys, you have a good day. Take care.